Yo, what's up, homies? This is episode 6 of the can opener, and I just wanted to do a little monologue before because I had some extremely special guests. Matt Brown and Russell, I don't know his last name. He said Russell Stewart, but I don't believe him. And so they came on to announce the beginning of their music collective, Wake Up Russ, and they gave me a few tracks to preview for you. So here it is. Enjoy. We had a great conversation after. They are extremely talented, extremely creative. I look up to these guys musically because they are just such an interesting individuals. And I hope you not only enjoy the music, but enjoy the conversation. And I'll link all their shit in the bio where you can follow them. And they're trying to do something with the auto music scene. And I think they're going to do it. They're fucking shit up, like we said in the podcast. And I need to stop swearing during these things. Man, I swear way too much. I listened to these and I was like, man, I sound like a trucker. All right. Well, thanks for listening. Hit them up. Dope people. And I'll see you soon. Peace. Ow. Ow. Ow.
I don't get drunk, I don't take drugs, whatever this is, cup of coffee, that's my limit. So, what I do on stage is let that guy out, that side of me out.
Whoa, that's silent.
Is it
Man.
on here? Let me have a fucking picture of Snoop.
Fucking idiot. How is Snoop? Do you talk to that kid?
No, but last time I saw him, it was with me and that dude we met at Zach's Diner.
Oh
Remember? So this dude went to MIA, he just like dropped out of everything, didn't show up.
After like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, I really want to grind, you know? And then we see him at Zach's Diner, I'm like, hey, and then he just talks about how much weed he sells.
Oh.
But he's like, yeah.
Have you ever, have you ever heard him freestyle?
Cut that out.
Yo,
Okay, you introduce yourself, Russ.
Okay,
Russell
let's no.
Stewart.
Shut up.
All right, I'm ready.
It's the can opener. We got a couple special guests. It's Evan Stoltman, not Stoppelman, you cocksucker.
Oh,
To the left, to the left we have
Russell Stewart,
AKA.
DJ Buxton.
Okay, I thought you were gonna go for Russ. Yo, they can. Yo, they can't hear the faces.
We're doing facial comedy. It just doesn't
It doesn't transfer
Yeah.
well.
translate well to podcast form.
And then in front of me,
It's me, Matt Brown, aka Big Shovel, of the new collective Wake Up Russ, which is we kind of want to announce that.
Wake Up Russ, eh?
Yeah.
That's
that
the name
the
of
band?
our. It's like a band collective thing. There's like 10 people or
So
something.
what's the difference
far.
between a band and a collective?
It's because collectives, like different people in that group come together and make music, and it's not like everyone has to get together to make the music.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Or play a show.
Like
or
broken
Social scene, yeah. So
That's-
they're like 15 people, they're like an indie band, but then like like the main dude will write some songs, and then he'll play live with like 5 of the people, and then they'll have instrumentation from like 7 other people, but they're all in that group of people.
And they just different people show up for different shows.
Yeah. So we've done that. We've played like 3 shows technically.
That's dope. Where?
They all went well.
Yeah. Every
Did
show's
they?
banging. Yeah.
You guys fucking it up?
Yeah, we turned up.
Fucking it up in a good way. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
first
saying,
first
dog.
show was at Dan Robertson's house.
Oh my god.
Shout out.
Suspect.
Yeah, it was fire. It was so funny. It was so it was
that
me,
his
Russ,
party?
and my brother Adrian
Yeah.
did a show, and it was with
brother-
Adrian's band.
Your brother's a musician too?
No, well, he's a musician, but he mostly does stand-up comedy. So he mostly did stand-up comedy.
So what,
and
you
backup
did,
vocals.
like,
He
a-
did it
a
like
song?
over our beats.
Yeah, so we'd make like instrumental tracks, and then we just do stand-up comedy over it. And then we would play it live with Russ would have a DJ mixer and a sampling pad, and then I would have like vocal mic and like Ableton as well, sequencing and playing a MIDI keyboard. And my brother would just be doing stand-up, and people didn't know what was going on. So nobody was laughing at his jokes for like a solid 2 minutes, but then they just started laughing because they're like, "Oh shit, he's doing stand-up."
That's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's fire.
In front of what kind of crowd at Dan Robertson?
There's actually like 20 people. By the time we played,
Was it
Mostly
lit?
like the other bands though.
other bands, and then their friends of friends.
Other bands were like fucking with us before the show.
Yeah,
They were
it was
just so
sick.
accepting, even though we were doing something that is like 80% like kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And like that's how a lot of
Yeah,
people
this
are gonna
fucking
describe
the
it.
band Great Diversion. Check them out. They're kind of like
They're fire.
they're like kind of hardcore, kind of punk, kind of like. I'm gonna pin them as the wrong genre, and the people are gonna get mad, but whatever.
Fuck
But
it,
they're
your
sick. They're
music,
not our
man.
genre at all. But they're like, man, you guys performed really well, and you guys are just fun, and we have a good energy.
Yeah.
And so did they. Like they're like a really good band. Like they're a professional band who does play at professional shows, which we're not used to playing with because we just always jerking around.
Like around Ottawa? Or other
Yeah, around
places?
Ottawa, and they'll
Yeah.
like tour around like different places. They've done like small runs around
that's
Ontario.
Do you know any of them before?
No, well, I've seen them at like Ask a
them at
Punk
shows.
shows.
What's that?
It's like this house on Meadowlands that does shows, but
true.
unofficially
Yo,
does
yo,
shows.
that's kinda fire.
Don't drop the address, fun.
Yeah, so bleep the address out.
Well, you
But
didn't drop an
it's-
ad. You dropped a street.
He dropped
Yeah.
an addy.
Yeah, everybody knows. Like it's Ask a Punk.
Meadowlands is a big ass street.
Yeah, it's
Fire.
Ask a Punk, as they say. That's all the cool kids go.
And where else did you perform your shows?
Second show is an art show. The art show, 2 in the morning. We played a 24-hour long drone festival, experimental music festival.
You guys played for 24 hours straight.
No.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yo.
We
What the fuck?
this dude we always went to these experimental music nights last Thursday of every month at Press Cafe. And they stopped doing it, but it was fire. But we networked there every time. Me and Russ would always go.
Just posted.
Yeah, posted. They would DJ just experimental music, and then always have one live performance. And it turns out some dude who runs there's a national experimental music day, basically around the world, and everybody will put on shows around the world.
That's sick.
And so they put one on in Ottawa, and the dude's like, "Oh, you guys want to play?" And we're like, "Sure." And he's like, "Here, 2 a.m. it is."
That's so
And then
good.
we
Ended
show
up going on at like 2:30.
Yeah. Ended up going to 2:30, and we got a half-hour long set instead of like 15 minutes because some people just don't show up. But there's like we're playing to 8
It's
people.
fucking 2 a.m.
People were there.
It went till noon.
Noon the next day.
It was from noon till noon.
Jesus Christ. So you guys played an experimental show? So
Yeah, we basically made music for the set.
What would you like during live?
Well, yeah, we improvised,
Damn.
and then we're like, "Oh shit, we gotta play a show that's not like pop music." So we just restructured some songs, and then what are you looking at?
Just the ceiling.
Oh,
Go
there's
on.
mice.
Jesus.
Anyways, so we just made some songs,
So what?
and that day of, and then
Yeah.
rehearsed them.
What genre would you guys consider Wake Up Russ as?
Well, Wake Up Russ is just like meme
All
pop.
kinds of shit.
Yeah,
Meme pop?
but it's like
fuck is that?
without being like cheesy as fuck, basically. So we just like make music as a joke. We'll like emulate different styles. So we'll like, oh, let's make a song that sounds like The Strokes, but we won't take ourselves seriously, and then it's kind of catchy. And then, or we'll make a song that sounds like Mac DeMarco or like Kodak
Nice.
Black. But none of us will rap. We'll just put stand-up comedy over it.
That's so classic.
None of us can rap.
Yeah,
You can rap, can't you?
I can if I have to.
So does that mean? So that means you can rap.
Well, I can like spit other people's bars,
But
and
you
like
don't-
in
you don't write
a
your own
way that
bars.
makes it look like, oh, I'm a local rapper, but like that's like it.
You're just
so I
trying to
don't do it.
divulge into every scene, eh? Okay, where was your third show?
Oh, that was just the MIA show.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even there. I was out of state at the time, so Matt had a guy covering for me. Spent some time in the Midwest.
There's like no joke there. Nobody's gonna get that. There's
I
no
don't get
inside
that.
joke. There's no inside joke. It's just
Sounds
Russ.
like a shitty time.
we just pretend we're like being interviewed all the time.
That's how I talk.
We'll hang out and be interviewed. Man, fuck.
You fucking goons.
Anyways, so third show is with me, Joe, Landon, and
Is Joe a part of your collective?
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
on a few tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe's on a few tracks and he's a really good singer and guitar player. He's
Is he
fire.
sing?
Yeah. And one of the tracks we sent you, he has I don't know if he has vocals in that one, but he might.
Man, does that kid get?
Russ, why'd you
He pulled. Wait. No. He just pulled out a piece of crust out of his pizza.
man, I'm high as fuck.
Yo, I think Joe could get all the pussy in the world.
What? What kind of fucking extension is that? Just go for, Joe's a good guitar player. Yeah, you get a lot of pussy.
I feel like that's the type of
Yeah,
kid
Joe gets
Joe
laid
is.
though, for real. Anyways,
Shut up.
shout out Joe. So we make music with Joe, and he's on a few tracks. And so it was me, Joe, Evan, and Landon, and we played a 4-song set technically.
That's fire. And were you guys?
We fucking killed it.
Yeah, were you guys?
It was funny as hell. Because we also played the Schoolboy Fascination song.
Yep.
We sampled that in one of our tracks and we sang it a cappella.
Well, that's so fire.
It was clean.
All 4 of you?
Yeah.
That's so
For
good.
like a minute and a half, I remember, well, fuck this, and just turned it off.
Where was Seb at?
Oh, Seb? He's not like, he's been in one song as like an audience member for our stand-up song.
As an audience member for your
Yeah,
stand-up
yeah.
song?
One
What
time
the
we
fuck
recorded
does that
stand-up
mean?
comedy, my brother doing it, and we
Yeah.
had like 5 dudes in the room, and we had the mic on Omni mode, and we just like reacted to the comedy like naturally. My brother was just doing stand-up comedy in front of us.
Classic.
Yeah, but
Yo,
we
get off your
jam.
phone,
We
bro.
jam with Seb once in a while.
God bless you.
But it's mostly like in order of people doing the most to least, or most involved to least involved. It's probably me, Russ, Benoit, Joe. Now I guess Adrian, Colin, and Keegan, but they're OG members. Matt Millette, Evan,
You got a shit ton of motherfuckers. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big group of people.
Yeah. I want, like, we have a track technically with Deirdre because she gave her some shit to sample.
Man, I fuck with Deirdre's shit.
Yeah.
So
She makes really
heavy.
good electronic music.
No, it's like fire, bro.
'Kay.
She's my favorite.
So
bro.
we're talking about Deirdre here. So that's soundcloud.com/Kate Moss. If for all people who want to check out her music. It's
Is that
very,
for real?
Yeah. For real.
That's the best SoundCloud
Yeah, it's
URL I've
Kate
ever
Moss. Yeah, soundcloud.com/Kate Moss. She has some really good tracks on there. Bees is my favorite track.
It's like, what would you call it? Experimental.
Very like Bjork like, very minimal, ambient, but still like with pop tendencies and shit, I would say.
True.
I could definitely hit a link for the podcast.
Fuck yeah, yeah. No,
'Cause it'd
send
be
me one.
sick. Yeah.
So you got a project coming out or what?
We got all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna do this very untraditional?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah, don't give me.
reinvent the wheel here, but we're changing up the game.
Oh, do it.
The idea is we keep getting different ideas because we're all like have like a hyper distractive.
Can't make the
pay
same
attention.
genre for more than a week.
Yeah, we get
So,
because we're all music nerds basically, and so we just get sick of shit. Like we'll listen to like rap music, a certain type of rap music, like just like boom bap, and I'm like, oh man, this is fire. We make a boom bap track with Joe and guitar and shit, and then we're like, oh, this is boring, and then we'll just make like a song that sounds like The Strokes.
So what's your creative process then with all you fucks?
Just chill. It's
we
just
all
like,
we go to someone's house, and usually just have Ableton open because Ableton's like the key to improv and just recording things like that. Yeah, Ableton's like the key to our like band.
Yeah. Can't jam in Pro Tools.
Yeah, you can't
No,
jam in
you
Pro Tools.
can't
It's
at
so
all.
Ableton's just amazing for what we do because
I'm
it's just
sorry,
people want to
Avid.
add something right then and there, and it's usually always good because everyone. That's why everybody who's in the collective is like good at something.
Good
Like there's
You
really
all got
nobody
your
who's just like
different-
dead weight.
You all got your different
like,
avenues.
yeah.
So is Landon a part of this?
I guess he is now because he helped
True, I
write
love
a
that
song. Oh yeah, Landon's in it, and so is Colin Prentice and
Oh, I love
Troy.
that kid too.
Troy Young, yeah.
I don't know that kid.
They're
Curly hair?
we made a song that sounds like Neil Young for my ISP.
Damn, bro.
It was
I need to hear some of this shit.
yeah. I can actually
fucking
add that
fire.
shit. It's funny as fuck. Jay loves it too. He's like, "Wow, guys, great stuff." No, Matt, that is super pro.
So do you guys like clash?
Never.
Do you guys like
Not
ever
e-
have like an idea and you're like, Matt says, "Yo, Russ, that is fucking whack."
We'll just say it out loud, and then
I'll just keep doing it.
yeah, like we don't care because we're all like talented people. We know there's nothing to lose or nothing to gain. What's the point of getting mad at each other over a song that 5 people are gonna listen to? There's
so,
like no point.
so what do you mean 5 people are gonna listen to?
So
Do you not have faith in your?
no, I 100%
music?
do, but it's the nature of becoming more confident in a project and marketing yourself and
So what
putting
do
in
you-
the effort to marketing yourself.
So what do you mean?
So it means that we don't put any effort into market ourselves. Fuck, that was bad English, but we don't put any effort. We just want to make music for the sake of making music.
Put it out and get like a random show offer that we didn't even seek out and just
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that.
Do you guys get hit up for like from venues like?
Not from venues, but from people.
Yeah.
People are just like, oh, do you
true.
want to play this? Like we're signing up for Porch Fest, which is
What are you laughing about?
Porch Fest is
Shit
this
sounds
thing.
lit.
Yeah, it's fire. It's in Hintonburg, and they just people not rent out their porches, but they offer their porches for musicians to play on.
I think Emily played in something.
Yeah, and so it's happening this year in September, and so we're just like, well, fuck it. I just signed us up, and also we might start playing at high
Sorry,
school.
you're gonna have like 15 idiots on a porch.
Okay,
Like
nobody
2 of
schedules
us,
works.
probably.
Yeah, probably, it always ends up you ask 5 people and 2 people are free.
True.
Yeah. Imagine the fucking dweeb who rents his porch house to us. He's just like expecting some like nice kind of folk band, and we show up. He just fucking hates it. Asks us to leave halfway through, man.
This stand-up
Man, get
comedy.
the fuck out of here. My brother just like, man, spreading on the bus.
I'm like over here, like another one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we fucking had DJ Khaled's soundboard
Sus.
for a track. That was clean.
That's so funny. What do you guys think about DJ Khaled?
We the best. That's
He's
all I
kind
have to
of
say.
fallen off. He was on his whole like Snapchat fandom last year.
How long
screaming.
is that
I don't
shit gonna
hear-
last?
I
though?
know. I don't hear anything now, and it's just always his son tweeting like he knows English already. He's,
Yeah, he tweets about his son
that
like
was
he's
Hassan.
conscious.
Yo, Assad, I got you.
He'll like have his son as production credits. It's like, man, get the fuck, man. What the man? What
Probably hit a key or two.
yeah, probably fucking did diddly shit.
You know what's the thing about him though is his presence was bigger than his music.
Yeah, he's more of an image
Yeah.
than he is a music icon. Man, fuck that.
So what are you guys trying to do in this auto music scene?
You just laugh. We all do, because the sick thing is we're all in different scenes on our own.
Yeah. Like we all make music together, but I DJ, so I'm like trying to just do more in that sense.
So you DJ around Ottawa? Like you hit up Babylon and
Not Babylon, but like
that's all I know, dude.
I used to DJ at Bar Warehouse.
Oh,
The
true.
market, Tomo in the market. Then I've done some other places. I don't DJ at those places anymore.
Why not?
I just got kind of burnt out because I was working during the day and like DJing like 4 nights a week.
Oh, you just couldn't do it anymore?
Yeah, I took a break.
A hiatus.
I took a hiatus, and
Right.
now I DJ with a group now called Poetic Elements, and
That's a fire name,
yeah,
bro.
we're opening for
That's deep.
we're opening for Farside on
Oh, shit.
October 16th.
Where are they playing?
The new Zaphods.
Yeah,
the revamped
27
Zaphods.
Club or
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Club
the new-
27.
That's in the
Zaphods.
spot
So
where
like
Zaphods was.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
s-
Club 27 it's called.
That's
Yeah.
a shit name. Zaphods was way better.
Well, no, there's something with the number 27. Like relating to the name. I'm not saying okay.
right, bro.
I'm just saying I googled it today and I was like
So 27 Club is
so 27 Club. Thanks, man. It's a
oh shit. 27 Club refers to people dying at the age of 27.
Oh yeah, it's
So-
a rock star thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh,
So Robert
true.
Johnson died at fucking
Kurt Cobain.
yeah, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, fucking Jim Morrison.
Yo, that's a smart idea, but no one's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that isn't that like the point of like
I-
every club name?
Yeah, I
like
get it.
Cafe Deckhoff, what's that all about?
It's fuck spelled backwards, bro. Can I swear on here, bro?
You smoke weed on here, bro.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
it's the most sus list.
Weston doesn't sell weed.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, we gotta cut that out.
He sells K2.
That's fucked.
It's legal.
Classic YouTuber
Jesus.
video title. I smoked K2. My experience in brackets.
What is
Lung
K2?
Buster. Oh, you know what K2 is?
It's a synthetic weed that's sold in head shops.
Oh, true.
And it's basically just chemicals.
that shit
It's
that
supposed to
people.
give you a high. That's what bath salts
Bath
were.
salts, yeah, true. Have you guys ever tried it?
I don't touch the stuff.
No. I've never
Man,
smoked
it's just
K2.
fucked up. Like that
I've had friends like just feel like completely normal on it, and then friends that just go crazy and start fucking running away.
No, I've heard stories about motherfuckers going like
Yeah.
schizophrenic.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And there's like an epidemic actually. There's a fucking
A
Vice
K2
documentary.
Yeah.
epidemic.
In-
It's
the
real because it's a
UK.
Vice documentary, so it's
Yeah,
like
of
real.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, we're Vice. I'm here in this remote area. We're talking
Yo, they
about
have the
something.
best shit, bro.
So not debatable.
Okay.
They have the best shit, but they also have some
They
of
have,
the worst
they have
shit.
really good video content.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
give that to them. Their
Facts.
documentaries, their TV channel, shit like that. But the articles are just so like whatever. Sometimes.
Okay, the article.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they'll
the
just be
videos are
like,
fun.
okay,
you're
this
right.
is why you should hate Santa. It's just like
Man,
Yeah,
shut the
no,
you're
fuck
trying
up.
to be edgy, but
Yeah. Yeah, we just get mad. Like, on Snapchat, you have the Discover thing.
Yeah.
So you have all these stories. You basically just, it's BuzzFeed tier. It's
Right,
like,
bullshit.
here's why men are scum.
whoa,
Yeah, it's like, ooh, yee.
Yo, Vice was started in Canada.
Yeah, it's true.
Gavin
Gavin
McInnes.
McInnes.
Yo, he's a fucking legend. You
Yeah.
listen to that Joe Rogan, Gavin McInnes?
Oh, yeah, where he gets mad at Muslims.
Guys, fuck, dude. Bro, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I
He's-
love drinking and
He's,
driving.
he's cool when he's talking about cool shit, but then he can turn to a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
he's ever cool.
Really?
Yeah, the guy's a
Sometimes
fucking-
he's woke. Sometimes he's, but like most of the time he's a fucking dink.
and he's just doing the same shit everyone does who argues. They're just like just only talking about the extremes of every single scenario.
Yeah.
And just like pushing this bullshit. Like,
yeah, especially with the whole Trump thing, it was fucking stupid, to be honest.
And he would say shit that he knows would get a rise out of people,
Yeah.
and just like they would think it's real. Like I've known a few Gavin McInnes.
We have one of our
features.
collective members that will go unnamed was obsessed with Gavin McInnes.
That's suspect, bro.
Yeah, and so
You
we were like
look at him crooked
fucking
every time you see
subjected to the
look at
fucking
him
videos.
crooked.
We're subjected to his fucking videos all the time.
him. Oh, that sucks.
But he makes like good like comedic content though. Like he has this video about
'Cause he's
pissing
a
in
fucking-
public. That's
It's a
fire.
joke, bro.
Yeah, he has the best video about touching his fucking pizza crust.
I was waiting for the crust to come up. Okay, so what do you guys think about Trump? You brought his
He's a
name up,
fucking
bro. That
man.
was your
yeah,
fault.
He's a fucking dink.
It's crazy. Like, actually, even crazier. Now that we're on a podcast, I'm thinking I was listening to a podcast today. It's Joe Rogan and Action Bronson, and it's from 2016.
Yeah.
And they're talking about all this crazy shit. This was like, I guess, midway through the election.
Yeah.
And they're talking about him like, there's no way that guy's fucking insane. There's no way he's going to be president and shit like that. And then just making fun of his hair and all these little things. And they're like, what if he wins and then he just turns into such a normal president and stuff like that? And I'm thinking, holy shit.
Bro, it's real. You know,
It's
South
real.
Park,
Yeah.
they wrote their season for Hillary winning. So they had to scrap their entire, I don't know what it is, 20
I thought they
20
used to
season,
write it like a
21st
week
season.
before.
Yeah. Yeah, they usually, but maybe because it's different now. Like,
Because now it's episodic, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like serial. Now you have to watch it. It's like a story from one to. I don't know. Shit's crazy, bro.
yeah. Well, I'm not like surprised. People are just so like,
What are you not surprised about?
I'm not like that surprised that he's president because everybody's so polar opposite and everybody hates everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody forms these groups and just like nobody's gonna convince everybody if you call the other side a complete moron. That's why, because there's so many normal. Okay, Trump won because normal people voted for him, which is fucking
So
weird,
what do
right?
you
You
mean?
don't think about it.
What do you mean?
What I'm trying to say is, like, he appealed to normal people sometimes
Go
because
for it, bro.
they would because of the attitude, I guess. It was like, wait, I need to collect my thoughts because it was like fucked up. Just like the attitude towards even like if you don't like Hillary, you're a piece of shit, and people are like, wait a minute, like he has some good points, like he doesn't, but I'm saying like normal people who don't put that much thought or like into politics,
Yeah.
they don't know any better. Like the average person, they don't give a shit. They're like, oh, I don't know about this Hillary lady, like because everybody knows about Hillary, but like Trump seems like air quotes honest. And like he's like down to earth, even though he's a fucking dink.
It's like
It's like you don't want to vote for Hillary, and they're like, oh, how bad could Trump be? Like he's only just like really mad about stuff, but they don't really know what's going on.
honestly, don't even think I was the majority of voters. I think it was like
There was a little bit more people voted for Hillary.
It's like Trump is a poster boy for rich people, for poor people. You know what I mean? If you're a poor person, that is the person you look at who's a rich person.
Yeah.
Like that is your definition of successful. So
Yeah,
it's
'cause
like
he
you
owns
got
a lot of shit.
Yeah, you get lost in that. You like that pizza, bro? Yeah, you're fully like a real New Yorker.
Yeah.
So you went to the Midwest?
Not at all.
Okay, well explain.
we watch a lot of podcasts, and so we always pretend to be on a podcast
Oh, you fuck.
as an inside joke. So I was just like,
I wasn't in the Midwest.
yeah, Russ was
Matt
not.
was playing the show, and I wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So I
bastard.
just
So it would
didn't
just be
play.
I thought
like,
it was gonna
I
get
don't even want to go into
interesting.
this.
Also, it was an MIA reunion, and I wasn't even in that year, so it'd be weird.
2 years removed. It's like
Yeah,
we could
Russ,
join up the high school
Oh,
graduation.
nice to see you, Russ. What are you doing now? I mean, bro,
Yo, fun.
where do I start?
Yo, I'm doing this rapper JR
I'm doing
phone.
laundry.
Yeah.
You know,
Kevin would
folding
look
my
at you all
clothes.
fucking weird.
Oh, Kevin. Man, I love the profs at MIA.
Do you?
It's sick, yeah. There's literally not a prof I don't like.
Yeah, they're all pretty fantastic
Yeah,
in all their own ways.
exactly.
Yo, I agree, except for Wayne.
Oh, I like Wayner.
Backed out is silly.
It's because it's hard to relate to him because he's a live guy, and a live guy is different.
And yeah, and he's a really good teacher, like in the live environment.
You should have seen him when we were doing the live day for Hope Volleyball. When he's there, he's because he can do everything hands on and actually show you shit, as opposed to doing slides, which isn't his forte. His teaching style is more hands on, 100%. That we learned so much when he just brought in the consoles. Like, oh guys, let's just pull out the consoles, blah blah blah. And then you
didn't have him for rep though, eh?
No, I didn't.
Did you have him for rep? Okay, you guys are both blessed. I don't want to shit talk him that much. Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh really?
Yeah, awful.
I found that weird. But all right.
Oh no, it was terrible, man.
Oh.
Maybe it was partially me too. I'll take some blame for that. But it was terrible. It was like you're going to a class and you're doing a presentation.
Yeah.
And it's like a kid going to do a presentation, and he was not prepared at all. He just like pulled out his laptop. He's like, let's impromptu every single class we have right now. I was like, dude.
Crap.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. But who was the most inspirational techer?
Oh man, that's
me?
hard. I
Both
have
of
to
you.
say
For me?
Kevin.
Yeah,
Kevin.
I'd probably go with
Kevin.
Kevin kinda showed out
either
to
Kevin
Kevin
or
Kevin Komaransky.
Yeah.
Kevin or Mike. I like
For me, it was
I
Kevin.
fucking loved Mike.
Kevin, and then
That.
Pete. No, Kevin, then
Some
Jay,
mice, bro.
and then Pete, and then who else is there?
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Brian purely for his attitude. That's like an attitude, man. When kids are just talking shit in class, and he's like, "Guys, take off your cans," and he's like, "Guys, quiet down." It's like, man, respect. Like he never gets mad, and he's always in a good mood, even when he's not in a good mood.
Yeah, no,
He has a
you're
good
right.
attitude.
I can appreciate that because I come to class when I'm not in a good mood sometimes because I have to learn and shit, right?
You fucking reflected on everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Yeah, but easily,
that's a good point.
yeah, it's Kevin and Jay, top two,
So-
and then Pete.
What was your conversation with Kevin about?
Oh, we just talked about everything from music to motivation to organization to
His fucking life, eh?
bullet journals.
Bullet journals. Are you journaling, bro?
No,
Bro, get into it.
what
It's
are they
really good for
called?
you.
Bullet. Is it bird?
Bourbon?
Is it bullet journal? Is it? That's what it's
I
called.
don't know what it's called.
So apparently, a bullet journal is just a good way to. It's like partially calendar, partially calendar, partially like goals and shit like that.
Yeah, so do you focus on that in life?
Not really.
So, yeah, you're saying...
Very unorganized, but I'm like, I can't think that far in the future because it's like kind of a side product of my ADHD.
Are you an ADHD kid? Or
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
just
but
say
I
you're
don't take
an-
Adderall or any of that shit just because I don't fuck with the vibe.
Yeah, God
Adderall
bless.
gives
What do you think about Adderall?
It works
It works for what?
concentrating, but that's like it. And
Do you think it's healthy that all these kids are taking Adderall?
I don't know. I don't really have good thoughts on it because I don't know enough people, to be honest.
What about you, Russ? You're sitting awfully quiet over there.
I know some people who casually do it and they seem fine, but I could see.
What do you mean casually do it? Like they're prescribed, or they just do it because they have a fucking essay due in there? Like,
Essay.
true. See,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
but it's like that
It's
should
kind of
change.
weird, but like if you can legit do a drug like twice a year,
Yeah, it's like, what's the big deal?
Yeah,
it's not that big of a
you're
deal.
No,
probably
of
gonna be
course not.
alright.
But I'm talking about the kids who are like popping it. Like you got to wake up at 8 a.m. You got to have your fucking.
Oh, that
peanut
just
butter
sucks.
toast.
Like I've done that. Like I've done the.
Yeah. So how?
But I never got to like realize how good it could be because I was in high school and you don't do shit in high school.
high school sucks, man.
Yeah, man. High school you don't do shit. You just hang out with your friends. I was like, what's the fucking point of taking
Hey,
Adderall?
Yo, what do you want to do at lunch? It's like, oh, yo, you want to go to Billings Bridge, fam?
Yeah.
smoke weed, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't leave the school.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I'm fucking 10 years old. Like,
Did you guys smoke
We got
weed
to
in high
leave school. No, I didn't.
what?
Smoke weed in high school? Yeah, you did.
Okay, I
Are you-
smoked from like 16 to 17, and then I quit until I was 19, I think.
True. Why'd you quit?
I got caught smoking weed, but
You were all
also
scared and shit, eh?
in general, I wasn't as responsible at that point, so I'm happy I quit for a while.
I get that, but what was like the motivation? What was the mindset?
Like I felt like I was wasting my time.
You're like, I'm a
Facts.
fucking retard.
And
He bags of candy.
Added nothing to my life at that point.
Yo, I wish I had that mindset back then.
And now it's just like a perfect way to relax and chill.
Yeah, I feel
Because
you.
I treat it properly and I don't fucking do it when I wake up and bullshit like that.
You're waking
shit's
big,
crazy,
bro.
bro. Yeah, that shit can fuck with you.
Yeah.
People
Facts.
like
People
to,
are weed.
People are weed, and people like to think that weed doesn't fucking fuck
Do
with you, but
anything.
it does.
Yeah, it's a
drug.
fucking meme.
So going to that, you were fucking 17. What is the advice you'd give to your 18-year-old self, Matt Brown?
Oh shit, we're not talking about weed. I only smoked weed when I was 19. First time ever.
Okay, well, fuck weed.
Okay.
What is the advice, straight up advice that you'd give yourself when you're think back to
I don't
your
know. I wouldn't
18
do anything differently.
Good question.
Because then I wouldn't be who I am today.
I wouldn't be me.
So like, I don't really have any advice because I don't know. I would say just probably quit video games earlier.
True. Were you a gamer?
I was a huge gamer. I played it competitively.
Like what?
Like for
Like-
money.
Yeah,
League of Legends.
man, fuck that Dota 2.
Dota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're the
StarCraft.
classic
Yeah,
shit.
list goes on.
So you actually got paid for gaming.
Barely. Like I won $250, and that was like my.
Bro,
fucking-
that's money though.
that's the only time I've made money.
Did you split it with your clan mates?
Yeah, I was with my boys, Dr. Pavel and the CIAs. Shout out one time. Shout out Dave, Mike, Liam, and Matt. We played a tournament in Ottawa and we got second place for
Good
that.
guys.
Bro, that's fire.
Yeah, it was heat.
That's like huge, especially as like a kid.
Yeah,
like,
and then I played
Mom,
Team Fortress
I just
2.
made money from
Oh,
playing this shit.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Don't
She's
tell
like,
me
oh,
to
it's finally
shut this
paying
shit
off. Sarcastically, and then I'm like, fuck off.
All right, you Russ. What's the advice?
18-year-old self?
Yeah, what's the advice you give your 18-year-old
I
self?
don't know.
You had a good answer. I respect that answer. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's exactly how I feel.
Don't be so worried about shit. Just chill. Like
Yeah, God bless.
just like just being hyper aware of just fucking everything and like
Yeah.
just over reading situations.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Under reading situations.
So,
shit
like, you
that.
want to give me an example?
Women.
Not
just
even
bitches,
women.
Oh yeah,
eh?
not for you.
Not even
Vaginas?
women.
Yeah.
Just like just people interactions with like a boss or something like that.
Like you were anxious with those.
Or no, just like they say something that could be perceived as mean or could be perceived as nothing, and you just think about the mean part the whole time.
True, eh?
Yeah, facts.
So,
Takes a pull off piece of crust.
Let me get a hit of that.
You ever reached that?
No.
Oh.
Fuck.
You're gonna tune out this
can't even-
podcast.
I can't even formulate
Man,
a
fuck, these
sentence
guys are
right
just
now.
laughing. Dinks.
Okay, so when did that change? When did you start like not focusing on that mean shit?
It wasn't
Quote,
even just
unquote.
like not focusing on it. It was just like me being more confident in the fact that like a lot of shit will happen where you do like all you can do, and it's just not your fault. Shit like that.
So
Like if I'm DJing and like the fucking like fuse blows on whatever amp they're using or something like that, I can't just be super fucking stressed and be like, oh, if I can't fix it, it's literally not my fault. It's their fault. They bought a shitty amp.
so when did that come to you?
Just naturally. As I grew up, as I got out of high school into college, and then out of college.
Just going through
just
life.
different feelings, different vibes.
You're a
Facts.
confident ass motherfucker.
Am I?
I'm pointing at a big shove.
Oh, I developed that.
Yeah.
I
So
developed that when I was. If you ask anyone,
So
even
what
like
is-
2 years ago.
what is confidence to you?
Oh, appearing to be confident, but being unconfident on the inside.
You can just act the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's
People
what I do.
believe
It's all acting.
So you fake
faking
it till you make it, eh?
Yeah, basically. But it can fuck you up if you do it wrong.
In what way?
You're just overconfident, just being like straight up cocky, and that always bites you in the ass usually.
When
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
want to talk, bro? Those guys? That's their issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
it just
you
came from
saying, bro?
performing actually, because the energy of performance is all confidence. Because you think about how uncomfortable you feel when you see an uncomfortable performer.
terrible, bro. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it
You
makes me
can't
laugh. That's what I live for.
Yeah, no, it's like.
It's
But what is the balance between ego and humility, especially being an artist? Because an artist is like someone where you have to have a shit ton of ego in
I
order
do
to
have an
succeed.
ego.
Well, you have to, right? Don't you think you
well,
have to?
I think I have to, but all my friends disagree. Okay, Joe's a really good person to talk about with this because we have this conversation a lot, me and Joe. Because he'll always mention like my ego, and sometimes I'll say egotistical things, but you just like can't help it because you're on fire doing something. Say like so say like
vibe,
so like
bro.
a big ego thing would say for me. I don't know, like what do you want to know about the ego thing? So you're talking about. Just refresh my memory here.
Okay, so what's the balance you have to find?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
So-
like, do you find that sometimes your ego takes over your humility?
Yeah, 100% sometimes because it's hard to control.
So do you notice that?
Yeah, 100%. But it's always in retrospect. It's always after you fuck something up, but it's a learning process. So I just deal with it. So good example is like when we're presenting ISPs or just recording shit in the studio with the boys, and we just nail it. It's like, man, I'm so fucking good at this. But because you're on fire, but you want to be confident in your ability. Like, oh, I was fucking great. But then you can say something out loud that can come off as very egotistical, and it does come from a place of ego. But I don't think sometimes it doesn't. It's just being confident, and it's frowned upon actually in music to be confident. I've noticed it's very frowned upon. You have to be humble.
Ego is like often used in a negative connotation, right?
Basically always.
Always.
Yeah.
But how important is it to have an ego?
I think
in just general life, not
Yeah.
even in the music
Yeah,
industry.
no, you're so right.
Just
in
like
everything.
just some dude giving me shit for like parking a certain way. I can't just instantly take his shit, not even
fuck
knowing.
that.
He's just saying shit to me. I'm like, what the fuck?
But what if you didn't
Yeah.
park right? What if you're
If I
fucking
didn't
halfway
park
in the
right,
other?
no, but that's the point where ego gets too much.
You're nailing
If
it.
I didn't park right, I would be like, oh, okay, actually,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, because Buddy can
Shake
come up
his
to
hand
you
or
like,
whatever.
"Hey, Buddy, what do you think you're parking over there?" Like, eh? And you don't
Fuck
know
you, bud.
you don't know if Mans is a fucking parking enforcer or just some dink,
Yeah.
or like tenant. Because the way they say it, they come off like a dick.
Yeah.
So for all you know, it could just be a disgruntled like landlord who's like, "I'm just tired of this shit."
Yeah.
And so they're kind of, so you got the part of humility, and ego is like accepting, oh, I'm actually in the wrong. He's like, oh, I've been having problems with this and that, and you're just like, oh, okay.
It's not even only
Yeah.
who the other person is, though, right?
Yeah.
It's like humility makes you better, especially as an
Yeah.
artist. If you're egotistical as an artist, you need to be able to take that humility.
Yeah.
You need to be able to take that fucking.
There's
That's
shit.
what I do.
There's plenty of people who just can't admit they're wrong.
Yeah, that's also a huge thing I developed in the past like
Yeah.
4 years for me.
Like, just say
massive.
it. Just say it.
Yeah, just say you're
Why
fucking wrong.
do you
Just
think people can't say they're wrong?
Because it's awkward for humans
Yeah.
to be wrong.
And
you-
they're like thinking like, oh, what are they gonna think about me when I say that? I can't believe I just got owned.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
Who gives a fuck, man?
yeah, man, I get fucking owned all the time by Kevin or anyone because that's the only way I fucking learn.
No,
Like,
but it is.
So I'll say something like over in Jay's class a lot. I'll say something overconfident in a way to provoke a conversation on purpose to like get it like, oh, why don't you just do it like this? It seems infinitely easier, blah blah blah, for like say like a. But then he'll get into a conversation, even though it's not like a greatest example of ego. You just say, yeah, like I want to do it this way, and then
But-
just for the sake of, I want to be proven wrong. Basically,
True.
I use my ego so I can make myself wrong.
But that's
and
within
learn.
context, right? That's someone who has quote unquote authority over you.
Yeah, but I don't. In a way, like I don't think like that though.
True.
I don't really.
So
like,
what do you think
he's
of
more
Jay
of a
then?
he's a but I do like respect him and he is authority. Like I do, but like when we're in the stew, I don't
That's
think
why I
of him
put
like
quote
that.
unquote.
Yeah. But when he's teaching, he is the authority figure and he deserves the respect and silence.
And he's just however many more years experience than you are.
Yeah.
Right?
But even that, sometimes you gotta question that shit. Like experience to me only means so much. Like, I
It
don't give a
depends
fuck
where
if
your experience
you've
is.
been recording for 35 years and you're like, oh, I want to do it this way. It's like, man, what the fuck? That way's whack.
Yeah.
Like you didn't grow up the same way I did, and you didn't learn, and you're not listening to the same music I am. So
I'm
why
trying
should
to
I
mix rap music.
Yeah, especially,
You don't fucking get it, you
Yeah,
old man. Eyes wide.
yeah. So it's like
Yo, that's beef.
Yeah, I take everything with a grain of salt. That's another thing I learned,
So-
but like not to like a meme. Actually, I do kind of like that's the thing I have to work on. I'm too contrarian.
So you have like one side pulling you from one side.
Yeah. This is very tangential.
He was trying to say Sidney Crosby was the best player in the NHL.
Isn't he?
A couple months ago.
Well, I said what makes him not? But okay, the point is, I say dumb shit that I don't know about,
just to get me to
get a conversation. Yeah, just to
okay, so you're natural
I get
contrarian.
upset and I get inspired at the same time. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna prove this kid wrong.
Yeah, and then I like learn something, so I don't like care, and then it's over.
And he's like,
it's something you have to learn. You have to do it properly in the right context.
And
I've pissed people off. I've pissed so many people off.
That's the thing. You have to be around the right people to be able to do that.
Especially the close homies. They know who they are. I've pissed them the fuck off, and I felt so bad.
If you listen to this, what's up?
I've pissed off so many people because I'm just like, I just take it too far.
Just shove legs crossed in the corner. Well, how do you even prove that?
Yeah.
So you're talking about experience. You take that shit with a grain of salt. Do you think?
I take everything with a grain of salt.
Everything is alleged.
Yeah, everything's alleged. That's a meme.
Until when?
Until I can see it.
There, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Until I can see it happen in a way.
So do you trust motherfuckers?
No.
I trust a couple motherfuckers.
I trust my best friends, the people I love.
True. How do you love someone though?
You get to know them and you get to see their bad side and their good side. I don't trust anyone who I've never seen their bad side because then you don't truly know them.
Yo, that's a good point right there. Yo, that's when self-conscious motherfuckers. It's like you have conversation with self-conscious motherfuckers, and it's like I can tell you're fronting on me right now.
Yeah. Also, I don't like hanging out with people who are just self-conscious as well or don't have any self-esteem. Self-esteem is a huge thing for me and my friends too.
Because it translates onto you, right?
It becomes like it's like a whole misery loves company.
That's it. Oh, drop that.
Misery loves company. Well, so long you miss me when I'm gone.
So how much do other people affect you in your life?
100%. I'm extroverted. So I only get energy from being around other people. If I'm by myself during the whole day, I just want to sleep. I can sleep for like 16 hours.
So you're extroverted, you got energy when you're around people?
Yeah. I used to be introverted, but then it changed.
So what do you mean? How does that happen?
I don't know. I just started enjoying other people's company, and I used to be mad depressed, but then it turns out I just wanted to hang out with people. But it's not like I'm attention seeking. I just like, let's do something. Well, like the energy of another person's always different, so it's just more fun. You already know yourself so well in many ways, and you can get... I always got inside my own head unless I had somebody to bounce ideas off of.
True, and you have those...
Yeah, I'm always thinking like 1,000 miles per hour. I was thinking about shit.
And then
I think why it helps with music.
And it always goes negative.
Well, not in music. Music pays off 100%.
So why music? Why music for you kids?
Because it's the fucking illest art form ever.
Yeah, I saw it being done. I thought it was... Well, actually, I started DJing before making music.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, basically, like, I just went into it naturally because so many people were just like...
Are you alright with this big show?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So many people were just like, oh, I'm a DJ producer now, not just a DJ. So I got really into that shit. And I just started doing it. It's like, I like it. It's like, oh, I can do this for a large part of my existence. And I just know it just because it's always going to be... I can do something different. I just never get bored.
Yeah, facts.
So when did you fall in love with it? When did you like make that decision of like this is what I want to do?
Even when I'm not in love with it, I can just practice DJ shit. So it's always like just back and forth. So I just always got some music related shit to do.
For me, I've always been in love with like music. I just like to I'm a music nerd first, I guess, before I'm a musician.
When did that start?
Probably grade 11. I've always like really felt passionate about music, but it was like meme. It was like, yo, Nirvana's like the illest shit, bro. And like, and then before that, I was only exposed to classic rock and Christian music.
All right, were you Christian growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
because I was like,
really
not like super sheltered, but like I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Satan. Like never watched that.
Bro, that's
Harry Potter
super sheltered.
Yeah.
What do you say? You got a lighter?
I got a lighter right here.
Let's just go outside. We could pause it.
Well, what do you want to do? I'm having a good conversation.
Yeah. Or Russ could go for a smoke.
Do you mind?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
I'm still good in here.
Yeah, I have a... Actually, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm like a music nerd first. So I've always loved music. And then one of my best friend at the time, Chris, he showed me this album because he like got into music like as a, like listening to music seriously changed my world. Because it's like a whole, and people don't do that enough. Actually, no, I take that back. People who do it like can be cool and not cool, but it's a thing that it's overlooked to take listening to music seriously, which a lot of people think they do, but they really don't. I don't know how I want to phrase it.
Okay, so kind of explain that
so,
thought.
Just listening to an album actively.
Is that a reflection of like today's music? Are you saying that today's music is not?
It's always been seriously? Like that. I think there's always been passive listeners and active listeners of music, and it's a certain type of someone.
How do you define the two?
Passive listeners never will sit down. Active listeners are people who do nothing but listen to music sometimes. Like, you literally do absolutely nothing besides listen to music. You'll sit in your bed, listen to a record, put it on your record player. That's all you'll do. You won't go on your phone and shit. Fuck that. You're paying attention to how it sounds and how the lyrics and how it, like, what it means to you. And then also listening to things again. Not even dissecting, experiencing it, then dissecting it. You're supposed to be listening to things multiple times.
It's crazy how many people like read or some shit while they listen to music. It's just like, you might as well just be
I can't do that.
Watching a TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guilty of the TV show thing. I have Seinfeld on in the background of my entire life.
Yeah,
basically.
facts.
But isn't that like kind of part of the creative process when you're making music? Like, you put on something.
It turns into it. Yeah. It turns into
Skate
it though.
2 in the background.
It's like taking it back to like.
But can't someone be doing something while they listen to music and still
doing
be
That's just passive.
That's still passive. So what if I'm going for a walk and I'm listening to some music?
Well, that's you're not really doing anything else. You're not, but it's still like, I would still consider that actively listening. But if you're going for a run or exercising, I wouldn't consider that active because you're focusing on working.
I'm trying to look at the difference. Are you really paying attention to the lyrics? Are you really paying attention?
Up to you. That's the point is to only be thinking about the music, only using your ears.
Depends on the vibe.
Yeah, it's like that's what the point of active listening is to.
Also depends on the state I'm in, like whether I'm happy, sad,
exactly.
or high or drunk. Like, it's all just completely different.
You're trying to learn what the music is as opposed to just listening to it for the immediate feeling. Like Kevin, if you ever have Kevin on, talk to him about actively listening and listening to music seriously, because he's a guy who listens to music very seriously.
I appreciate.
And that's very like there's. Off top, Aiden Clare, Troy Young.
Bro, pause for 1 second.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't want to say this, but does Aiden Clare look like a serial killer to you?
No.
Okay.
He's
That's the face.
Wait, you have to meet him. You have to really talk to him.
I really should. I look up to you talented. Because that's what you. Is he?
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up, man. I
don't mean that.
No way.
No, 100%. I'll take that.
He's so good. I fucking love that guy. He's funny as fuck.
DJ sets that changed my life.
That's true.
We're back. We took a little break there. So we were talking about active and passive listening. When did you guys start like actively listening to music? You said grade 11.
Yeah, grade 11 for me.
I don't know. I started going on MU.
Yeah.
Like, low key, I hate to be that guy, but I started going on MU and like just hearing music where like you can't listen to it like just for some shit, like some other quality, like just crazy kind of music that generally wouldn't be accepted, if that makes sense. Like, just experimental shit, and being like, okay, I kind of have to focus on this because it's wild.
You got to pay attention to the
experimental music opens your mind, and I think every great artist ever has like a good taste in music generally, in my opinion. You talk to them and they take inspiration from so many different things, and because they listen to every single genre and not just like, oh, I listen to metal and I listen to hip hop. It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Listen to like.
Do you think the greatest artists are the ones that make music that aren't really the genre they like the most?
Generally, that's it. Kind of in a way, it depends on the genre, because jazz and blues guys fucking love jazz and blues. Well, it's like, actually, nah, I wouldn't say that, but all the greatest artists ever all listen to every genre. And they take it very seriously. They take listening to music very seriously. I found I can't think of an artist that doesn't take listening to music seriously.
Also, like, just in terms of like, because when he said like artists who take music seriously and shit like that, as much as he has his meme moments, like Kanye West makes me think about that, and that makes me think about all the artists who grew up making beats like sampling, so they would like intently listen, maybe just for like 30 seconds, but it's still 30 seconds of like a wild ass jazz record, because they just like want to find different music from the get-go, right?
So what's your opinion on artists who say sampling isn't creating original music?
I'm saying, yo, you're not making fucking original
I'm
music
saying
either.
it's
you
2017.
dumb fuck.
Oh, nice. Power chords? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Singing about how hard life is? Oh, yeah. Man, that's deep. Wow, I've
Yeah.
never seen anyone do
I
that
think it's
before.
so fucking pointless, but at the same time, there's an art to sampling, and you can botch it and give it a bad name because you just literally looped something or play a song and add like a really shit beat. Like there's bad examples and good examples, just like there's bad rock that rips people off and great rock that rips people off.
Like Africa by Carl Wolf. You guys remember that tune?
Of course.
No, I don't.
You don't, bro?
No, I don't know that.
What was that?
It
2010?
was a Toto cover. Or Toto.
Oh shit.
I miss the
Oh
rain
Christ! I literally see the
starting out.
thumbnail and it just hurts my fucking brain.
Yeah, this guy was pretty essential. He growing up in Ottawa, there's like a fest for like around this Lebanese church, and he would always do a set there. Either
Carl Wolf.
him or
Is he from Ottawa?
Masari. I think he might be from
I
Ottawa.
don't know. We're going on the shit tangent
Yeah, you're right.
about Carl Wolf.
So, yeah, fuck Carl Wolf.
Whoa.
I
Yo,
hope he's
you're
listening right now, bro. So you were talking about albums that changed your life. What albums changed your life? You were talking about fucking club making DJ mixes.
Man, I feel weird because like if you like talk to any music nerd and you mention the albums that changed your life, they'll be like, fucking
It's so
idiot.
intense.
Yeah.
Like, it's so intense to think about. DJ sets for sure, because there are certain DJs I got into that like sort of changed how I viewed DJing, and they introduced me to all this new shit and stuff like that. So especially like boiler room sets, because it's so open format. These DJs are playing like anything they want, or like radio sets, or some kind of fucking podcast or Ustream they did, where they're just playing whatever. Because there's so many DJs who like, oh, I play this genre because this is what I have to go play at the club, but they have this like extensive music library at home, and it just makes them like more aware. Like even shit I learned in hip hop like can transfer to house music, because it just makes me more aware of a certain aspect of music.
True. Like, give me an example.
DJ One Man.
Yeah.
DJ One Man sets.
Who's
Well,
that?
yeah, of DJ sets, DJ One Man. He's a DJ from the UK who, like, when he played out at clubs, he would play like UK Garage or dubstep back when dubstep was cool.
Yeah, back when dubstep wasn't what
Why
you think
is
it was.
dubstep not cool anymore, bro?
Well, because it sounds like
Skrillex?
ass.
It was so influenced by like actual dub music and minimalism and just like just
Two-step and
vibes.
garage,
yeah,
yeah.
and just like spooky shit.
It was like the perfect mix of island music and island culture with UK rhythm
Yeah.
and UK electronic music of the time.
Yeah. And then it was made too much to be about the drop as opposed to like the overall vibe of the
That's
song.
fucking heavy.
But
bass,
it did start with bass. The whole culture behind dubstep. It did start with
sound
bass.
system culture.
Yeah, Jamaican sound system culture.
When
Look
did
it up.
dubstep start?
Technically in like the 80s and 60s and 70s.
But in
like,
terms of like
dub,
the
I
UK
don't
scene, it was like maybe 99 to like 2005.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, 99.
So how do you make dubstep? You're saying it started from the 60s, 70s. How do you make
Well,
dubstep?
like dub
without-
music came from the 60s.
Okay, so
Just
what's the
dub music.
what's
Did I
the
say
difference?
dubstep?
What's the difference between dub music and dubstep?
Dub's kind of like, it's like kind of like reggae, but it's like beyond that, because they like remix shit.
How do you remix without digital?
Well, they would like add drum machines and shit, like to like reggae songs, and it's also kind of how like drum and bass started. It came from dub music, which is it's just like adding like drums and more percussion, then speeding up
Yeah.
reggae music, in a way. Like we're really, because I'm not like a musicologist. But that's a real title.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah,
Who's that?
I've always wanted to be a musicologist, but then I would have
you
to
have to
take
go to
history
school
lots.
for that?
Yeah,
I
you would
went
have to study like
Berkeley.
anthropology, and like there's so much to music that people just don't know that are so like that's so essential. There's so much fucking shit. People think they know a lot about music, and then you really look at it and you're like, holy fuck, there's a lot of shit I don't know
Berkeley
about.
College of Music.
The fact that people thought
I have
like
a buddy who
ska
went to
started in the
Berkeley.
90s, It's just like, man, shut the fuck up. Ska started in like the fucking
Hey, what's
60s.
ska? Can't drop these names that nobody
Oh,
knows.
ska's like
Knows.
what people think is like
Trumpets, fedora.
yeah, fedoras. It's based like, well, ska, as people know it now, is like Muddy Muddy Boss Tones and Streetlight Manifesto. So it's like a bunch of dudes playing like upbeat with reggae rhythms, like guitar on the off notes and like trumpet.
Yeah, there
lines
is
and
always
shit.
a trumpet player.
Yeah, and it's like then it's like I was walking downtown and and then it's just like really corny as fuck. But then it's like ska to like art, like to the untrained ear, just sounds like reggae music, like first wave ska.
True.
It's like same with dub. Like it just like it's like how everything sounds like rock music to somebody who's not familiar with rock music. It's like, but like no, there's grunge and hardcore and punk. It's like, no, man, that's just all rock. Like you can say that about reggae. It's just as deep. It's just there's like I can't do it justice. I really can't. There's so much like I could talk about this for fucking hours, but there's so much to like music genres that people just don't take seriously enough sometimes.
Okay.
But
See, motherfuckers like you got me so uninspired to do music because I don't know shit.
oh no, I
You
don't
know what?
want
It has
Bro.
nothing to do with making music. It's so
Yeah.
interesting. There's certain people who legit. There's a producer from the UK called Evian Christ,
yeah, essential.
and he talks like, yeah, I don't really actually listen to much music. I just like making it because I like Fruity Loops and stuff. And it's
That's
like
so interesting.
again, like talking about like environment. He still makes UK music, so it's just like his environment that still influenced him, even though he wasn't like picking up on certain artists. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't not listen to music. Like,
What do you guys think that like musical creativity is a gift or is it something you can practice?
I think it's
You can
half
practice it.
half and half. Depends on the type of music. You can't do blues if you're not sad. You're not born from sad. You know what I mean?
You're not born sad.
Yeah.
You come out of the womb.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if you grow up, like you can't learn to be sad, in a way. Like you can learn how to deal with
Sad
being
boys.
sad. But you can't learn how to be.
So
sad.
you're saying there's no
Like shit like
happy
that.
blues music?
ooh, that's a
That's a Joe. Well, I'm trying to say is certain things can be learned, certain things can't be learned.
It's a vibe.
You can't learn a vibe. You just have to feel it, and you'll learn it eventually. But you can't read a textbook on vibe in a way. Especially that's
Yeah.
like kind of like improvising. People
So-
try to learn how to improvise. Like you just have to do it. There's nothing to learn in the traditional sense.
So you're saying you have to have strong emotional intelligence in order to make music?
No, actually, you can have the worst emotional intelligence to make music. The dumbest fucking people in the world make some of the greatest music.
You can be dumb, but you just have strong emotional intelligence, though.
yeah, but their
I don't know.
emotions could like be like
Like,
not
erratic,
like,
yeah.
not like sad and happy
Emotional-
and like deep, just like fucking all over the place.
Yeah, emotional intelligence is about being able to recognize what emotions you're going through
Yeah.
and dealing with them and being fully aware and making good decisions based off of it in a way.
Yeah.
But when people have bad emotional intelligence, they're impulsive people, and those people make some of the greatest music ever.
And like think about like all the people who made great albums and they're just like legit fucking freaks.
Yeah,
Isn't that all of them?
no,
All
Not
of them
all of
who
them.
are great?
There's some generally like normal people. There's a bunch of like dudes who were kind of in old school hip hop or like late 90s to 2000s. They'll all like make an appearance like once a year, and other than that, just like chill, do something in the background.
Yeah,
do
like,
some A&R shit.
like you don't have to. Everybody struggles in life. I
Yeah.
feel like, and so it's like. It's just like, oh man, all the greatest artists struggle. It's like, well, if you were to become a famous artist, you would have shit to talk about because you've probably struggled for like through shit, even though you don't think it's comparable to other people.
Yeah.
Like you're still dealing with shit, especially when it comes to like people who grow up in like the suburbs. Like you don't think you have any problems, but you have a whole different set of problems compared to, like, not to like compare it or think it's better or
White
worse.
privilege?
Yeah, like whatever. Yeah, like it's like not even because like the whole thing with that's like it's not even part of your life. You don't even think about that shit. You literally grow up like the
So-
whole white privilege thing is like kind of it's real, but it's ridiculous in the way it's associated with white guilt. But I don't really want to talk about that much. But what I want to say is that white privilege is a thing, but the white guilt is a very unhealthy thing, and I think that needs to go.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What do you think about that, Russ? Before I get into
About
much
what? The suburbs?
Well, okay, you're saying white privilege. What is white guilt?
White guilt is being ashamed of being white.
Who is ashamed of being white?
Like every fucking white person, apparently. Like you talk to any white person, like,
Well,
oh,
no,
white
it's
people.
it's
Yeah.
just like Donald Trump is a white man.
slave owners were white. Like every shitty person ever was white apparently, and so like they're like, oh, white people are the reason for this and that, and it's like. Yeah, but like just because I'm white doesn't mean I'm contributing to
Can
this.
you have empathy for minorities
100%.
without having white guilt though?
100%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because shit's fucked up. The fact that people look a certain way, are born a certain color skin, and are discriminated against is fucking stupid.
Also, like thinking just about like imagine if Canada was under attack and I legit had to leave to another country. And I'm going there like just hoping to feel safe, and people are just fucking hating me.
Yeah, that's
because I'm
fucked
from
up,
somewhere
man.
else. Like, what the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah.
so this comes into a totally other.
Because like
subject.
white privilege is the fact that you're white, you can do certain things that you can't do
Yeah.
as another skin, which is it's true. Like people, you're like very you're very like unassuming in a way. Like you
it's
can
the
get
it's the perception.
Yeah. Well, and like you can like get like better jobs and shit, or like people won't think you're up to something in a way. Like shit like that, like kind of that sometimes it does exist, but like it's the fact that people associate it with white guilt. White guilt is so unhealthy, and it's really.
So do you think it should be less focused on race?
I feel like people, the fucking racists, got to be like weeded out and like taught that it doesn't.
Do you say racists need to be weeded out?
Well, yeah, because there's no room for that shit.
But yeah, like, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of old people who still have a lot of like pull in their community. Just fucking crazy old dudes who can't understand how the world works, and like that's why like I don't know, it'll, like
Shit will even out. I feel like.
What do you
Hopefully.
think? Do you think everyone should be able to vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
what do you mean everyone? Like kids?
Do you think you should be like?
I think,
do you
like,
think there should?
citizens of the people?
Do you
members
think
of the country,
every citizen should be able to vote?
if they're staying there for a length of time,
Yeah.
and they understand what's like going on.
I'm talking about.
like,
Do you
get
think
some
you need to
pull.
like go through? Do you need to do a test of?
a test? I didn't do no test.
Well,
when I was-
You're
obviously
born
not.
here.
But like,
I'm born here.
Why both
No,
of my
I'm great.
Oh,
like,
the citizenship test. Well, the crazy
no,
thing
I'm not even
is,
talking about that. Do you think it's there's an issue with democracy when idiots vote?
no, because idiots apparently have to have it.
they're a large population
Yeah.
of the earth.
Because I don't know. I don't really think that many people are idiots, but I think.
You don't
I
think that many people are
Okay,
idiots?
I'm gonna phrase it like this: a person is smart, people are stupid. It's a quote I heard.
Sorry, say that.
So it's
again?
like a whole people are pretty stupid because they're very hive mind. Like I'm gonna go with the bandwagon, but if you talk to every individual person, most of the time, they're pretty. People are pretty reasonable. Like if you give them fact A and fact B, and you just like people are generally like open to that.
I don't
But,
know.
like,
I think you're wrong because I don't think Donald Trump would have been voted in.
yeah,
if that
because
was the
well,
choice.
when
if that
say
was
you have a normal
the case.
person,
Yeah.
well, because normal people, tons of like Trump got voted in because normal people voted for him. Not
I-
everyone who voted. You think 50% of America is racist and hates all these people? Like you're just
No,
fucking-
because I don't think Donald Trump
Yeah.
does that. I think people voted for him because he was Republican. It's like a team mentality. It's like
Yeah, that
fucking
too.
Broncos win. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm voting for the Broncos. It's not the fucking Seattle Seahawks.
Also,
or-
people didn't vote for him because they didn't want to vote for Hillary because of all the shit that's on her.
emails.
Yeah,
so crazy, bro.
yeah. Well, anyways, like I think it's all fucked up because shit's fucked up and you can't do anything about it.
It's
you-
fucked,
It's all, like,
man.
all bought out.
The
Fuck
amount
that.
of hate in the world
Yeah.
right now. Holy fuck. Yeah.
But do you guys not? Do you guys not think we live in the
I don't
best
think we-
time to be alive?
Well, everybody thinks that. That
I
everybody,
don't think
every
so.
generation
Yeah,
ever
but
thought that.
I might not say that if I knew what
Yeah.
2050 is going to be like.
Yeah, facts.
Like, what's that?
But that's not right now.
I know,
okay, there's
but
no
I'm
point
not.
to thinking like that, though. Isn't that kind of ridiculous?
What?
We're in the best time right
Yeah.
now.
Well, it's like
It's
like,
factual.
but who gives a fuck?
I don't give a
Because
fuck.
it's always gonna keep moving forward. It's just gonna go down and then up, like everything. Like shit has its ups and downs.
Like in like 15 years,
Man, I'm getting loud.
we're gonna
Sorry,
we're gonna
there's
switch up
compressor on it.
our attention to technology because we're all gonna be fucking brain dead,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Okay, so what do you mean brain dead?
Just way too focused on devices. Like even I see it. I had to fucking count shit at my new job today, and I'm not nearly as sharp as I was when I didn't have a phone because I don't have to count shit
Yeah.
ever.
Interesting.
And like it's sick because my phone, I always have it charged. I can always do shit on it. So technically, I don't need to have certain skills. Obviously, they're still in the background, but like I feel like all our skills are gonna be in the background at a certain point, and it just can't function right.
So are we gonna?
My phone's gonna wake me up plug my brain chip in. I'm gonna get into my Tesla. What's up, Elon?
Talk to his fucking soul.
I'm gonna go to my job at the energy plant.
Yeah.
Get a pension. Live a good life.
Okay, so this goes into a question I was gonna ask you guys. Are you guys afraid of going into
No.
such? Hey, shut up.
I ain't afraid.
Are you guys afraid to go into something so unconventional than what is brought up to you and taught to you?
Wait, in
throughout-
what way?
In music.
No.
You
Oh,
guys,
music, man. Nah.
You guys.
Both of us like each other. Nah.
Okay, so why is that?
Because like I know financial skills to keep myself safe in a situation where like I don't have a pension. Like I've started a pension because I know like, oh, I might have a weird job where I'm not going to be able to actually save a pension. And like when I got out of school, I was DJing enough to like make a living, like, and like that just kind of showed my parents, so they trust me, so I don't feel any real pressure. And they understand like I want to get like a decent day job too and do shit outside of the day job. So they're just like confident in me. So
And you're confident in yourself
Yeah.
to keep that up.
Yeah, and so like, well, music, I just like the whole point of music is to do whatever you want. And so, what's the point of not taking a risk doing music shit?
Do what
Like,
I
you
want.
literally have nothing to lose. Like, sure, you have credibility if you do something fucking stupid, but like, I don't know, if you don't take a all the people who fucking are
like,
popular took a
Vine,
risk.
Honestly,
Oh, shit.
I took a risk on Vine,
What?
like being a Vine star.
Even Matt didn't get that joke, bro.
It's not a fucking joke. It's a life story. I tried to make a few fucking Seinfeld vines back in the day. R.I.P. Vine. You're just talking about people like just doing unconventional shit. I just thought of people getting famous from making 6-second shitty fucking videos.
So do you think motherfuckers going into engineering right now in fucking university or whatever, do you think they're afraid of not doing what they want to do?
That's what they. It depends on the person. They're just doing what they're geared towards.
And
okay, I need to get this thought out.
Go.
It feels like always musicians forget that some people just aren't creative in the way that we're creatives. People forget that we're literally surrounded by creatives, and you're like, man, why doesn't everybody make art? I bet people who are working in office jobs have no dreams when they're boring people. It's like fuck off. You're like, you're not better than people because you smoke weed and make music, you fucking dink.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
doesn't even
You're
have to-
like, yeah, people just want to live their fucking lives sometimes. People just want to, they love fucking flying rocket ships, man. Like, after fucking work. Like, who gives a shit?
What about an accountant though?
Yeah, they just love it. Like, they're just good at it and they know they're
Do you
good
think
at
that's
it. So
everybody though?
obviously, that's not everyone for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
for any position, it's like
I
not
don't
even
know.
a music thing.
It's wild.
to me.
My grandpa was an accountant, and he literally did accounting even after he was done. Like it sounds so weird to say, oh, I love fucking crunching numbers and shit, but some people just fuck with it.
Yeah.
See, my dad's
Makes
an
them feel
accountant.
good.
My dad's an accountant, and he's like coming to a renaissance, I feel, in his age. And he's like, I want to live with more purpose. I want to like create more.
Maybe that was a him problem that he made that decision. It's not like literally nobody forces you to do shit,
And like,
especially in our generation.
But do you think we're caught up in this whole pension thing? Do you think we're caught up in this whole career thing?
I think
Maybe.
it's easy to not get caught up on it when you're like my age.
it's easy
and I
not to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Well,
have
actually,
enough
no.
energy. No, but when I finish my 9 to 5 and I have enough energy to come home and make music for 4 or 5 hours for my whole life, then I'm fine. But it's just like it's getting way too busy with other shit and forgetting to like.
Because I was having this
stuff.
conversation with my mother, and this is the age where we fucking.
I gotta
are-
say something after this.
Okay, yeah, 100%. Just keep the thought.
Yeah.
So we're coming into the crossfade. We have our dreams. We're coming into high school. We have these young ambitions that what we want to do, and then the crossfade of life and reality comes in, and all the pressure. And we're in this crossfade right now, and I feel people in my life and people around me getting complacent with the pressures and doing what they don't want to do just because it's easier.
It's how you grew up. That's all I wanted to say. Like, the whole point that Russ said that's only because of his parents, I think. Because some parents are just like, man, you got to do something that's going to make you money because shit's fucked up in the world and you got to make money. And people are like, oh, shit. But, like...
Yeah, but they're very, like, realist in the fact, like, oh, sick. Like, you have your dreams. You can pursue that all you want.
Yeah.
But you can also... like work during the day and pursue that and not have to fucking stress about shit.
That's
like,
true. Yeah, and it's a parent
They
thing,
just
and
don't
then it's
want
a
me to
personal
stress,
thing because
yeah.
it's up to you. Even though you have all this shit flying at you, and the only thing you hear is, oh, you got to do this to make money like I did kind of growing up.
Yeah,
It's
so
like, man, it's like, fuck it. Like,
so an
what's the
example,
point?
you were in a Christian family. So
Yeah.
So explain that. How heavy were they?
Blessed
I don't know,
be
pretty.
to
Some
God.
one side of the family, mom's side of the family, is not as religious, but still pretty religious. And then that side is very religious. Pentecostal church people like passing out, speaking other languages.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
So
I went to church every Sunday for like 14 years.
that's wild. That's wild. So how did you get out of that, bro?
I just made up my mind, man. The shit never made sense in the first place.
So where did that come from?
I started smoking Kush at 12 years old. I just got so woke.
I'm like, damn it, this shit don't make sense.
I can't hear God.
I don't know. It never made sense. Man, it just felt like a bunch of shit.
To
that
be
people
fair,
made up.
But who gave you that idea? That
Nobody.
idea?
I just like came from like me.
To be fair, if I grew up in a Pentecostal church, I would probably be like I would eventually get to a level where I'm like, okay, wait, this doesn't actually.
But that's
make
because it's
sense.
you. Because it's like other
I'm
people
outsider.
grow up in my age.
I'm
and
Rom-
we'll get super into it. But like me,
Roman
it never
Catholic.
made sense. It's just the way I think about things. I'm always thinking at 1,000 miles per hour.
What about
And so
Mormon?
I'm thinking like logically about things.
So
in
what's
ways.
the difference between you and other people?
I don't know. There's a lot of shit. Everyone's
Church.
different. And if I just keep talking, if I were to say what I kind of want to say, it's gonna sound egotistical, and I'm not gonna say it in a way.
Why? Who cares?
Because it's like, well, it's not I do care. Because it's like okay. I'm gonna break it down like this.
Let's break it down.
I'm getting all psyched
Kanye
up.
West calls him a god himself.
Man,
a
yeah,
god, so who
fuck,
cares,
what a
bro?
fucking
Call
dick.
yourself whatever
in
you
a
feel.
French ass
Bro,
restaurant.
maybe. Damn It's hard, dude.
It's just the way I thought about things. Like just the way I think, like logically. Some people do, some people don't. Some
Because
people,
are you saying because I'm Roman Catholic, I don't think logically?
I just think. I mean, I'm very skeptical.
Let me
That's
hear
why.
it. Oh.
I'm more skeptical than most people. I don't trust people generally too. That's like kind of part of it, but I do.
I just don't trust
So
anything like
are you
that.
saying that's innate within your personality?
Yeah, I think
Is that
so.
innate
I
within
kinda
your religion?
No,
Okay.
people are not really.
Accepting?
People are kind of pretty accepting, to be
So-
honest. But it's like my parents were kind of pissed off, and they kind of cried when I told them I was an atheist. Like the shit didn't.
Oh,
people,
you said you didn't say like, oh, I don't want to go to church. You
well,
just said-
it started with that
and then you're like, man,
because
it's
every
not
kid
real.
gets lazy and doesn't want to go to church. It's like a meme.
Well, I never had to do it as a
Yeah,
kid, so I'm
but
like,
I
I'm
never
saying
went to
like,
church.
I
like
couldn't
it becomes a
fucking
thing. It's like, oh, I don't want
imagine.
to wake up. Like fuck that. I don't
I
want to wake
couldn't
up to be lectured.
imagine when I'm up till 4 a.m. playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The last thing I want to do Sunday morning is go to church and fucking sit there for an hour. No disrespect to
Yeah, man.
anyone, but like just sit there for an hour and be like just fucking feeling sick because I'm up so early.
I don't know, it was like a 5-year conflict though. Like
Yeesh.
dealing with not believing in God and shit. It's,
So
it's
you're
not
saying
easy.
so you're saying that's within your personality.
Yeah, I'm very
So
skeptical
what
and-
are your feelings between nature versus nurture?
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Let's get it.
That skipped over the train tracks there.
Anthropology?
depends.
Sociology?
So there's really good cases for both, and the fact that it's still an argument says a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I mostly want to
That's
say.
an
But I
interesting
think
thought.
I think it's mostly there's a lot of nurture, but there's some things that you're just fucked. Like
Yeah.
certain like recessive genes and mental illnesses that you have no control over that. But then there's also how you're brought up is a huge part.
So I'm talking about you specifically. Are you saying that you have a mental illness that causes you to feel differently than everything you were told when you're growing? Or did someone come to you
to
when
an
you were
extent.
13 and be like, fucking Christianity's bullshit, bro?
I don't know. Nobody,
you're
nobody
right,
said
man.
that to me. I kind of like
Joe Rogan?
yeah.
Joe Rogan in a podcast. Here's why God sucks, man. I fought UFC this year.
It was just mostly I came to it on my own, and then the internet and like doing my own research about what's going on behind the scenes of religion and where it came from, all of it, just really. Then it just opened my mind. But it was all me for that.
Was that some friends at school?
No,
though,
I
at
didn't
public
really
school?
have no friends. My whole group of friends were all skeptics, but when we were in the beginning of high school, everyone's kind of agnostic. Like
Yeah.
your friends like, man, but I wouldn't be surprised if God was real, whatever. But it's not a part of our lives. And then people turn into atheists because they do research and shit, or atheist agnostic atheist, which is basically there's no God, but if there's proof, whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, it's if there's proof, then I'd be a
Yeah.
fucking dink not
Yeah.
to believe in
Actually,
God.
for the nature versus nurture debate, I grew up in a household where church is really whatever. It's like, oh, we'll go for a holiday because everyone's going to be there, but it's whatever.
So
And,
you went
like,
to
so-
church every once in a while?
maybe like a couple times a year.
And you were like, we walked in there, you're like,
And I was like,
horseshit.
okay, it's church. I'm gonna do it because it makes everyone happy and stuff like that. But I got kind of religious for a bit, and then I just
So what do you mean?
stopped caring about it. I just like started praying and shit and believing it made my life better. And then I just got tired of it, and it was whatever. And I'm not like, I'm the kind of person, because my family was so relaxed about it, I'm the kind of person who can be so relaxed about it and not even take a stance, as much as that's like a dick thing to do. It's just like, I don't care what you do.
Fuck yeah, I think that's the way to be, though.
I wake up, I'm like, yo, sick. I'm up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are you an
That's
atheist?
it. No, I'm just like, it's all good. Like,
Are you just like agnostic then?
yeah, I suppose so. If you want to put a label on it.
Yeah, classic.
I think I'm agnostic. Are you straight up atheist?
Yeah, I'm like mostly atheist.
Okay,
But
so
I'm a agnostic atheist, but I'm an
okay,
atheist.
then explain the moon landing, fam.
yeah,
All right,
bro.
let's look it up.
Look it up.
Google.
The moon is made of
where-
cheese, it says.
Here's where Neil Armstrong filmed the moon landing, allegedly.
The moon landing was fake, dude.
There's no way those
wouldn't be
lights
surprised.
on
No,
the
it had
moon-
to be.
There's no oxygen up there. They can't.
Yeah.
can't
They
do
were
it.
up there for 5 days and there's only enough oxygen for 4.
They didn't have the
The
broadcasting
shadows,
technology.
bro.
Shadows. don't
Man,
make
shut
sense.
the fuck up.
Yo, I don't think that shit happened.
All right, can we switch the subject?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman voice? Nah, I just don't want to talk about North
Big
Korea.
ass no. Yeah, what do you guys think about North Korea? Is that going to be
Is
the
this
end of
funny?
us?
I think as much as this may sound stupid, the movie fucking The Interview gave a really interesting peek into the fact that it might just be a fucking ghost town that's just like
Oh,
being
yeah, that's what
fabricated.
But
really
there's 35 million motherfuckers that live there.
Allegedly. But like, how many people even go there? And how do you know when someone goes there, like they know, oh, this is someone from outside coming. So how do you know they don't just like, oh, let's create a town for a day. We have all these prisoners we can just make into normal people. Like, there's so many theories about it because people like there's, you can read about it and stuff like that, but who really knows what's going on in Mr. Kim Jong-un's head?
Kim
What's
Jong
up with that
fucking-
hair too? While we're on it. Hey.
But those prisoners are still people.
They're still people, but they may not be citizens, right? He may just be holding them like for his. Like-
Is that really possible, though?
Yeah.
Anything's possible in
Yeah,
North
facts.
Korea.
Can
I'll
one
check my bag.
motherfucker
A
hold...
Vice article told me weed is legal in North Korea because they just see it as a plant. They don't see it as a drug. No one smokes it apparently.
Oh, true. That's fucking
I bet they
weird.
do.
Like,
No,
what the
I saw
fuck?
it. I saw someone's fucking
You can't go on
vlog, and there's
Facebook?
wild weed.
What kind of place are you in where you can't go on Facebook? You're telling me, oh no, I don't want your colleagues knowing what my glorious country is like. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man.
Do you think that's gonna be the end of us, though? Is that World War III?
North Korea.
No,
Yeah.
they don't got shit. They
And-
can't even
and
shoot a
the-
missile past the fucking Pacific.
Yo, are you
They're
like
pretty chill.
What's the art of war, bro? What's rule number 1 of the
God
art of
of
war?
War.
Sun Tzu once said.
Don't underestimate your enemy.
Yeah, exactly. Because China and shit, you know. China's got like it's kind of low key sided with, high key sided with fucking North Korea. So China's a fucking superpower and they can fuck shit up. Same with Russia. And so it's like you can make enemies with them. And
You
then
see
you're
what I'm
fucked.
seeing?
But I feel like nobody would benefit from World War III, man. Fuck that.
You
Of
see what I'm
course
saying
not.
about North Korea though? What Matt just touched on, the fact that like who the fuck knows? Like they can't.
Yeah,
they're-
no,
they
you gave me
talk
a
all
different
this shit.
perspective.
Yeah, they talk so much shit. They're just fucking dinks. But man, Jay Dilla.
Rest in peace.
I've been listening to a lot of Jay Dilla lately. Again, after having
Like,
a phase, I listened to Donuts and I'm like, man, this is all right. It's like whatever. But then just kind of like, man, fucking, he's overrated as fuck. And then actually listening to the instrumentals again
yeah,
for the actual good instrumentals.
I have a lot of his like rare internet beat tapes from like 03, 04 and
Yeah,
shit
There's
like
some dope
that.
Spotify playlists of Jay Dilla's like
Yeah.
this piece. Fucking, what did your parents think when you said you were going into music?
This is a bad idea. It's like you can do whatever you want, fine, but don't like be mad. Like
Don't be
you're not gonna.
smoking
You're
meth
not,
on the side
well,
of
you're
the
not. You're
street.
not gonna be living with me when you're 30 or whatever
Oh,
type of thing. So it's like, all right, I'll fucking do it. I'll prove you
Fuck
wrong.
yeah. So you were talking about struggle. You're talking about artists going through struggle. How important is struggle in life?
You don't learn anything if you don't struggle.
that's fair.
That's like me and Russ is like a lot of things we talk about. Well, I'll just talk for 5 minutes and then Russ will just go, "That's fair."
That's fair. I can't
There's
contest
nothing,
that.
Yeah.
That makes
It's
sense.
true. You don't learn anything if you don't struggle. It's the only way to struggle.
Yeah. And
That's
like
what Kevin
struggle,
talks
like
about.
people always talk about struggle, like, yo, I'm coming up like this. Yo, it's rough out here. It doesn't have to be that. It's like that's a certain kind of struggle, but struggle
Like
is
Matt was talking about.
like struggle is also like being bad at something for like a really long time, but caring enough about it to like want to be good.
Even struggling is just being born a certain race. There's a struggle that comes with that. Especially like, man, like being like any non-white color in like America back in when rap music was around.
Yeah.
Even like back then, shit
Even
was
right
fucked
now,
up.
bro.
Yeah. But it's like it was infinitely worse.
Yeah,
back
no,
then.
it is.
It was infinitely fucking worse.
Even like 40 years before that, you
Yeah.
had fucking different water fountains for different colors.
Yeah, it's like it's just there's so many different types of struggle, and you kind of have to. I feel like when you're an artist with an image, you have to play off that. But if you don't have an image, like who gives a fuck?
So
Especially for producers.
Do you think it's important to like always reflect that struggle when you're a big artist? Do you think
Depends.
Do you think big artists lose connection with their fan base when they don't reflect their struggle that they've had?
No, it depends on their struggles and depends because if they're like, oh man, yo, bitches on my dick all the time, man. It's like,
And
man,
I
I don't
feel
give
like
a fuck.
no, but I feel like
No, exactly.
legit-
Does that hurt the artist?
I feel like
Depends
legit,
on the artist.
Every artist talks about their struggle, at least in mainstream art. Like, oh, it was really hard for me. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, you're an industry plant, hundo P. But like in all kinds of like, especially what Matt was saying, it just depends on the artist. Like some artists will just like seem like average people, but they just had a different like skew of life. Like DJ Lucas, like he seems like a normal guy, just a country kid, but he just looked at music differently and wanted to fuck with different
so
shit.
DJ Lucas, for y'all who don't know, is basically like a country dude, grew up on punk music, Midwest, like middle of bumfuck nowhere, and then he's like, I can make this rap music, and it's like really weird, but it slaps.
Just outside Massachusetts.
So is it more important to be an individual rather than relate to the people who are listening to your music?
Oh, well, man, my brain got fried because I thought you were going to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go in the direction of...
individual versus group.
Yeah, individual versus going along with the trend.
Well, I mean, I guess it's the same thing.
I don't follow trends.
Yeah.
I made an 80s song last night.
But that's kind of obvious, though. It's obviously being an individual. But I'm talking about like being, if you're a white kid from the suburbs talking about your mom not being able to drive you to school that day.
You don't talk about that shit.
Yeah. So,
Actually, you can talk about that shit if you do it like in a funny way.
Matt Ox.
Yeah.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
You have no idea who Matt Ox is? You don't know who Matt Ox is?
Put me on, bro.
Matt Ox is this meme
Yo,
rapper.
you should have been play it off the fucking computer speakers, bro.
Matt Ox overwhelming is just like meme rap. Basically.
12 years old, this kid.
Yeah, 12 years old,
12.
12 million views, and just like sporting the meme streetwear, distressed jeans, and Bape.
Oh,
shirt.
I've seen this, bro.
Fitted
I've seen,
Yeah.
no, I've seen that. I've seen this.
Overwhelming.
Oh
Brought by
my
Oogie
God,
Man.
that's
yeah,
so
so
hard.
it's just fucking meme shit.
When I'm in the hood, I'm the big
So
bad
that-
wolf.
Yo,
Rap genius.
So that's a good example of being original rather over having to relate to everybody's struggle.
It's a good
Yeah.
example of being a fucking meme. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like
if
being
he
a
wasn't
meme is-
12 years old, if they're actually legitimately 150,000%, if there was no video for that song and it was a SoundCloud song,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be Matt Ox. He'd
Yeah.
be
Okay, so
SoundCloud
being an
user.
artist,
Image. It's
being
so-
an artist, how important is having
Music videos?
100%.
in
It
today's-
You need
became
it.
it became hella important. I'm not gonna say super recently, but it wasn't like hella important like at a certain.
It was
time.
MTV.
No.
MTV changed everything.
So MTV came around and it was huge, right? That was the day of the music video. Then it dropped, right? Then it started lowing, and then
I'm not
YouTube
sure I
came
wasn't
up.
around.
And then because it
You were around,
became
though.
it
You were young.
became
Yeah.
about image to a certain extent,
Yeah.
especially with rap videos. Yo, if you have a Cole Bennett video, bro, some like edgy fucking editing, some neat little shit that looks
Drawing on
wavy,
people's faces and shit.
then okay, you're gonna have a hit, at least one.
You think so? Just because of the video?
And
Yeah,
and the
100%.
fact that
Make a
like
Just because of the video?
Yo,
the music,
especially,
the music can be trash.
an artist
100%.
like McConan, he just released a mixtape not too long ago, and there's so many songs on it that are fire, but like
No videos.
none of them had a video. So I just heard one of these randomly in like an edit or something like that, And I was just like, holy shit, what is this? But there's no video.
Yeah, things that if
So
they don't
it
have a
should-
video, or
yeah.
if they're not part of like
So it has 5,000
part of a
views.
Vine or
Yeah.
anything. Like it's meme. Like meme is the way you make a meme to get popular.
Like XXX Tentacion.
yeah,
He's a
Yo.
meme.
yeah. He literally wouldn't be anywhere he was because he just like the. I'm sipping.
Do you guys fuck with them?
Some of his songs,
not
like probably
really.
like more
Is he-
on
is he
one
gonna be-
hand.
Is it gonna be the next big thing?
No, he's gonna fall off. And,
Because he's actually gonna get sentenced for some dumb shit he actually does, and he's just gonna fade away. Like think about like the rapper, what's his name, Boozy?
Lil Boozy.
Yeah, Lil Boozy.
Or
He went to
now
jail.
Boozy Badass.
And like it became so trendy to be like, oh, free Boozy, bro. And a bunch of people who didn't listen to his music would be like, yo, free Boozy because I saw it on fucking Instagram. And then he gets out. He got out not too long ago. And then
Just went nowhere.
But Gucci Mane had the opposite effect. He wasn't that
yeah,
popular,
but
and then
Gucci
free
Mane's
Gucci.
a hustler. Gucci Mane
And
put out
yeah.
fucking 4
Yeah, yeah.
mixtapes a
and
year.
I think a thing about Gucci Mane too is how so many people were still referencing him.
Yeah,
And like some people would reference Boozy, but Gucci Mane was like,
yeah, he's more pinnacle of rap
And
culture.
Gucci-
Well, there's so many
just
things to it too.
Atlanta.
There's so many
So,
elements.
do you
to
guys
things
fuck
getting
with
popular.
Future?
A little,
Yeah.
barely.
You fuck with Future? Do you guys fuck with Young Thug?
yeah,
I fuck with
oh,
Young Thug.
more than Future.
Yeah,
More
a lot
than
more
Future?
than Future.
He's almost experimental.
Yeah, because Young
Like,
Thug does something completely different than everyone else,
And when-
especially in the
yeah.
past like couple 5 years
So
Yeah.
do you respect the trend that Future started?
of like the
auto-tune
the-
Molly rap?
yeah, like air quote mumble rap.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all. It's fun.
Yeah, because like
fun music.
and like
It's like punk.
people say like, oh, it just drops the standard for what's being considered music, but I can still judge it, and I can still have like a conscious opinion of it, and know when like there's legit shit mumble rap, and then there's mumble rap where like it just sort of bangs, it has a vibe to it and shit like that,
Sure.
right? Like there's different levels of it.
It's just going through its punk phase. It's like Nirvana when they came out. Like people will listen to it, industry professionals, be man, this is so sloppy
People are
guitar
listening
playing.
to
This
you
is
right
meme
now
shit.
and are like, yo, this motherfucker's comparing Nirvana to Lil Uzi Vert right now.
Well, it's true. Like people who don't,
Facts.
people. Okay, anybody who's gonna get mad at me for that is just. I guarantee you they don't listen to hip hop music, and if they do, they're probably oh, 90s is the best genre decade. So man, shut the fuck up. Listen, like do your fucking research. And,
Do
like,
you
look
think
at
there's an
shit.
issue with everybody being able to create music though?
No,
No, I never thought that
no.
ever.
I wouldn't be making music, and I love making music.
Yeah, like
So
if your
fuck,
music is
true.
shit, your music is shit. Like I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. And the people who complain about it are just people who are just butthurt that they didn't have it when they
and they
grew up.
make like fucking I'm trying to like tutorial music and shit like
Yeah.
that. They make like cookie
It's
cutter
like,
The
who-
bullshit.
fucking
it's like, why does
bell,
it, yeah.
the
Yeah.
fucking
It's like man, it
The
doesn't
bell
matter that
sample.
much. Like it doesn't really matter that much. It's so much easier to make music,
Nothing
but
really
people,
matters.
okay, like before when you had to make
Anyway.
music, you had to fucking learn an instrument for a fucking year.
Yeah.
You had to have like a good voice generally, unless your songwriting was fucking impeccable. And then all these people have these ideas and they can't do anything with them because they don't have the money to produce or like hire musicians to do their shit. But now you don't need that.
So you're saying the cream is always going to rise to the crop. There's going to be a shit
But
ton of
sometimes-
mediocre.
Remember the crap?
Well, it's like kind of like
Do you think it's inevitable if your music is that good that it's going to get noticed?
No, not at all.
no, unfortunately not.
Because there's so many people who are like,
So is that
just, like there's so many people like in our vicinity who are making like fire, but it's just
They're
not
not
gonna work
marketing.
out.
They're not like branding.
And it's
themselves.
still like luck, even if you are marketing and
It's
branding
partial.
and you
It's
have fire.
yeah. It depends. It's well. Okay, hard work creates opportunities, and that's
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it's your like it's up to you
Yeah.
to take up those opportunities. Because when you're working hard and always hustling, you're gonna find more opportunities than like some other people who make one banger and then they're like, oh, I didn't get noticed. So,
Oh, no
but it's
one's
still
contacting me.
It's like you like a whole bunch like 10 people can make one banger and then one of them will get lucky. That's great. But then the dude who's hustling and always trying to make the next big thing is gonna find more of these opportunities for people to see his shit. So it's like kind of like there is luck to it, but there's also like if you work hard, it pays off.
Do you guys in your future see you? Would you want to sign on the fucking dotted line for a record contract?
Probably under an alias because then you could get away with anything. Fuck it.
And at the end of the day, I don't like with the way the music industry is changing. Who knows what's gonna be? I'm just gonna get an Apple Beats sponsor and a Zane Lowe interview.
Yeah.
If I make it big, I'm not getting any. I'm not getting any advance. They're just like, oh yeah, we'll put your record out, man. Just send me the the Fruity Loop stems. Like,
And does the
shut the
advance
fuck
mean
up.
anything if you can go fucking sell at a show in whatever the venue
Depends.
is?
The
I don't think I
advance
would.
like used to mean things like it makes sense why rappers would always be like, oh, I bought my first car, da da da, with their advance and shit like that, because you would legit imagine getting paid a lump sum of like 50,000 plus.
Yeah.
Just
Like
thrown in
holy
the bank
fuck, I
account.
can buy a car and record an album for super cheap.
Yeah, especially for like dudes who grew up with like no concept of like money.
Yeah.
Like especially dudes from like the hood and shit. You're just chopping up. Feel me, bro?
So is the way to get your music out there is to market on your own, to go through?
I guess it's your networking and your hard work.
So what do you mean networking?
Well, meeting people and like understanding their like what they can, how
Yeah.
you can benefit them and how they can benefit
and
you.
actually going out to shows versus just always being on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay,
big
so you
difference.
think that's important?
I
now?
think
Oh,
meeting
hell
people.
yeah.
Yeah, you make such a better
'Cause
impression in person.
They get my vibe. I got a good vibe about me if you haven't already noticed, and people fuck with it.
Fucking egotistical piece of shit over here.
You gotta have a bit of that.
Yeah.
I need that confidence.
100%. I think
Yeah,
it's the
what's
most
that?
important
What's
thing.
that Brita filter saying?
Yeah, you want
facts.
some?
I need to hit this.
I don't have a cup.
I got this. I'm using this.
Okay, well, you want to wrap it up?
What?
We were just getting started.
Man, I was just getting zoomed over.
Yeah.
here.
I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh, right. Okay. Can we sign off?
Yeah, do some closing arguments.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys want to say?
I want to say,
Yeah, you're fucking.
I want to say, Matt, just shit the bed.
Yo, any plugs?
Yeah, I got plugs. What do you need?
Like a butt plug.
Okay, I got a show coming up. It's in October. Coming up, I should say. Opening for Farside
Fire.
at the 27 Club, aka Old Zaphods.
Yo, I'll be there.
I'm
You at least
just,
got one person.
I'm just always doing shit. I'm out here.
You can find me soundcloud.com/Big Shovel or facebook.com/Big Shovel my guy.
Yeah, we got a
And then-
Wake Up Russ page, but it's private right now.
Yeah.
You guys got to get that out there.
Yeah,
No.
we're waiting for video.
Waiting for what?
Some
That.
video content.
You know what Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg said? He said, "Put out garbage."
What?
Yeah, that's why Facebook fucking sucks.
Yeah. You're fucking old.